If you are someone who makes and posts videos to the internet, presumably on the website youtube.com/videos, which is the URL if you need it, and if your videos are about video games, but specifically about the games that are made and published by a certain playing card company from the 1800s, it's not a question of if you will ramble on endlessly about Paper Mario, it's a question of when. And my time has come. March. VentureBeat posted a leak of 2 upcoming projects by Nintendo. One was Switch remakes of the 3D Mario games, specifically a collection that was deemed Super Mario All-Stars 2.
I said I felt.
This seemed kind of unlikely because Mario fans have been desperate for this for years, and Nintendo never gives anyone what they want. Along with this, though, was a rumor about Paper Mario, which to me seemed even less likely. But suddenly, a month and a half after this leak, Nintendo drops a trailer for Paper Mario: The Origami King. And I distinctly remember my excitement. As a longtime Paper Mario fan, I thought to myself right away, whoa, this means the remakes might be real. I was more interested in the fact that this might prove a rumor about a bunch of remasters than I was about this game announcement in a series that I love. Why? Because it's not a series that I love. There are this many Paper Mario games, and only 3 of them are considered good. Paper Mario, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. And these 2 games aren't just games people love. These 2 games are games that people consider their favorite games. This one is my favorite game. More than Super Mario RPG, their Squaresoft older cousin. More than Mario and Luigi, their slightly underachieving and sometimes kinky younger cousins. They just got something right. I didn't like Super Paper Mario. Not everyone does, but I know a lot of people still do, but that's irrelevant to this. It is a spin-off. And at the time, I figured, that's okay. They can have a spin-off. Paper Mario will return to form soon. And it wasn't until 2010 that my prayers were answered. Paper Mario was coming to the upcoming 3DS. And it would be a return to form. And guys, I was so excited for this that I did something that no one else in the world did. I bought a 3DS at full retail price. Do you remember how absurdly expensive this thing was when it came out? That's right, I'm a 3DS ambassador. I got those 10 free exclusive GBA games and I cherish that to this day. Although they do serve as a dark reminder. Eventually though, we did get more info on the game, and its name was...
Paper Mario Sticker Star arrives both physically...
And I still remember the sharp, dark recoil in my brain when I first heard that name. Sticker Star sounded so childish and juvenile and not fun at all, and not at all what I was looking for, and then I started to feel immediately like I had made a terrible bet. Then I saw the footage and my horror was confirmed. The world building had been replaced with paper gimmicks, the characters were gone, the story was banal, and the iconic, one-of-a-kind gameplay was absolutely ruined. Ruined. And of course, there were no partners. I wasn't disappointed. I was devastated. Sticker Star came out and the reviews were pretty good. It even won Best Handheld Game of 2012 at the DICE Awards. And you wonder why I have trust issues. No. Nobody likes this piece of trash, knock-off, stupid, garbage, gimmicky 3D facade of a game. No one likes this game. It is... I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's probably the most hated game on the 3DS. There are a couple of contenders for that, but I think this has it in the bag. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not here to review Sticker Star. I'm just giving some context. But before we move on, I do want to mention this now infamous interview, and I will do so by reading Wikipedia. According to an interview with some of the game's developers, the partner system prevalent in previous Paper Mario titles was removed because it was found to often conflict with the sticker-focused gameplay, and the developers were asked by Miyamoto to, as much as possible, complete the game with only characters from the Super Mario world. Miyamoto also asked the developers to change the gameplay and battles because he considered them to be too similar to Thousand Year Door, and asked the developers to greatly de-emphasize the game's story. It's fine without a story. So do we really need one? The retirement age in Japan is 70. Shigeru Miyamoto is 67. Apparently, this is real. I still cannot believe this is real. Years later, after collectively hating Sticker Star with everyone, we got the announcement of Color Splash! And it had all the same problems and an equally dumb and needlessly different combat system, and I just responded like,
how does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.
Our return to form was not coming on the Wii U either. This was Sticker Star 2. Better, maybe, than Sticker Star, but that's irrelevant. It's a different series now. The dislike ratio was a firm and immediate barometer of where Paper Mario fans were emotionally during this time. And to add insult to injury, it was during this game's promotional cycle that we got that lovely confirmation from Risa Tabata that Mario & Luigi was to be Nintendo's primary RPG series, and Paper Mario was now relegated to second place as a random, boring action-adventure series. Great! Speaking of which, this also happened, and I don't even know what this shit is, who cares? And then, 4 more years later, we got this, Origami King. At first, Origami King kind of intrigued me. It looked dark and a little different, the tone seemed kind of cool, the world looked nice, and I actually think that this could easily be the best game in the Sticker Star series. But you heard what I just called it. That's really what we're looking at here. This is Sticker Star 3. Better? Yeah, the combat looks better than whatever this shit is, but it doesn't appeal to me at all in the same way that the original turn-based Action Command stuff does. The paper gimmicks are back and possibly stronger than ever. The unique characters are still nowhere to be seen. And the bosses are like colored pencils and a tape dispenser and stuff. What? Let's back up. I really don't want to risk putting these first 2 games on too high of a pedestal here. I mean, I did say that this was my favorite game, and rest assured, it definitely is, but they're not especially influential, clearly, because there's not many games like this, or important, or poetic, or poignant. They're not high art, they're not impossibly complex creations of game design and they're simply not that great. No, all of those things describe Last of Us 2. But what these games are fun, unique, charming, exciting, funny, smart, creative, memorable adventures. What I'm trying to say by pulling them off of this pedestal that fans usually keep them on is, this should be perfectly doable. It shouldn't be a challenge, necessarily, to make a real Paper Mario 3. And that is the real reason this is so frustrating. The sequel built upon the first game in such a beautifully iterative way that the natural progression of the series wasn't just obvious, it was imperative. It must continue. It truly feels like an abandoned trilogy. And they won't do it. They won't make a real Paper Mario 3. It's like a principle for them that they won't do it. They refuse. And we don't know why.
Squidward, this crowd is insatiable.
Then why don't you get back in the kitchen and grab some patties and give them what they came here for?
When this trailer launched, I felt basically nothing. Curiosity at most, no excitement, no resentment. I'm not sitting here hoping that this game doesn't suck. I'm not going to be upset if it does suck. And, in addition to that, I've decided that not only do I not want this new line of Sticker Stars, I don't even want the mythical return to form for Paper Mario either. I mean, if one ever happens, maybe in 3 years or so, I'll be there. But I'm not holding my breath. And the reason for that is, I have to move on with my life. I can't want this forever. It's not going to happen, ever. And that has to be okay. And it is okay. Because other game developers love those games too, and were inspired to continue the series spiritually. And that is what I look forward to now. Scarlet is dead. We can't mourn her forever. We have to drink a Chuck-a-Cola and get back to sailing the seas.
Oh, yeah.
And besides, we'll always have Thousand Year Door, along with all the classic GameCube games we love. Right there. On GameCube. Ugh.